New tariffs just dropped, and your next iPhone could cost way more than you think. Here's why it could hit your wallet hard. If you're not familiar, a tariff is a tax imposed by one country on goods and services imported from another country to influence it and raise its revenues, but unfortunately, a lot of that cost is passed down to the consumer. And in this case, we're talking about iPhones. Most iPhones are still made in China, which was hit with a whopping 54% tariff. Apple definitely cannot afford to absorb this cost, which is why their stock went down over 9% today. Based on analyst estimates, Apple could raise their prices by 43% and pass that on to consumers. Let's go ahead and crunch some numbers together to figure out how much more you could be paying for your next iPhone. These are current prices of all of the iPhone 16s. Based on that 43% price increase, the cheapest iPhone that Apple currently sells, which is the iPhone 16e, would go from $599 to $857, and the highest end iPhone, which is the iPhone 16 Pro Max, would go from $1,199 to $1,714. There's a little bit of silver lining here. One is that most people pay for their phone in installments over the period of 2 to 3 years, so that could soften the blow if you do see a price increase. The next thing to keep in mind is that some of Apple's production is moving to Vietnam and India, and they were hit with tariffs, but they're not as high as China, so Vietnam is getting hit with the 46% tariff, and India is getting hit with the 26% tariff. This would ensure that the price increase of the iPhone may not be as steep. Lastly, Apple is likely to keep the prices of all their current iPhones the same, so you'll only see those price increases when the iPhone 17 models come out, which are expected to launch in September. Even though the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, will be visiting the White House for negotiations, according to current reports, no exemptions will be granted, so you could expect the price of your next iPhone to increase. If the price of a new iPhone increased by 43%, what would you do? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. As always, if you enjoyed watching this video, feel free to support me by giving me a like and following my channel.